So biogenesis. Again, this was done here in a local facility. We looked at a couple different things initially to help them with some, as Dennis mentions, the sludge volume index to help improve that. There was some foaming that was occurring, and also with the sludge waste. And we wanted to see if we could actually reduce the amount of solids that were actually being generated in the facility. And what we found through our analysis and through the study over the time and through all the records we were able to gather, that we were able to eliminate the foam very quickly. Within less than 10 days, the foam was gone. The SVI improved, which was what Dennis was hoping for. And we also we saw some other things which were a benefit. We actually, even though the plant was doing amazing with the BOD, we still reduced it even further, and we also helped to improve the nitrogen discharge because we were able to help to bring it into more of a tighter bandwidth so you could see more clearly the reduction and have it more consistent. So what we're trying to do is have a more stable plant. So if you see a little bit of movement in your reduction capacity, if you can get that bandwidth to tighten up, then you can depend on what it's going to do. So that's a benefit to you. You know you can count on your facility doing its job throughout the year. And that's what we want to do, is make the life easier of the operators.
Was that facility an oxidation ditch?
It's an oxidation ditch, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's where you got the rotors on top there, right? So we're going to look quickly at this. You can see here on the nitrate removal, there was a fair amount of variation at times over the years as different things occurred in the plant and different things happened with the fluctuation in the flow. In Gilbert, they've really been working really hard to develop the restaurant district, and it has really blossomed over the last few years. I mean, it is greatly improved. I live out in Gilbert, and it's nice to be able to go down to and have an actual restaurant district, whereas before there was one or two little rinky-dink bars, and that was about it. So it's changed the flow there. But this just shows we were able to, with the biogenesis being used in the facility, we were able to get a tighter band with the reduction of the nitrates. So it just helps to provide more stability in the system. We also saw a reduction in the WAS. Even though there was an overall increase in flow, again, from the growth of the area that I was mentioning before, we actually saw there was a 12% increase in the influent, but only almost 2.5% increase in the WAS. So we were helping to control the waste activated sludge through the use of the product. And that's a good thing because, as you guys do with Inscasa, you ship the WAS down the line to somebody else to handle. So if you can reduce that, there's got to be a cost savings involved with that. So.
And it's dependent on how much do you add?
So this was at 1 part per million.
Really?
Yeah. So, like I mentioned, it doesn't require a lot just to get that little extra kick in your system, and it can help with a lot of different things throughout the system. But the key to that was being able to go back and look at the data. We'd been tracking data at this plant for 3-4 years, so we were able to watch how those things were changing. This was the event with the SVI. You can see it started to climb, and the system, for whatever reason, it didn't want to react to the adjustments which were being made. So we were talking to Dennis, and he's like, "Hey, right now that's just not reacting the way I want it to." So that's when we were able to bring in the product quickly and start dosing it. And within a very short time, you can see it dropping off very steeply and then more gradually, then more leveling out. So, because you want to get the system back online and functioning the way you want it to, so it's not giving you problems with other issues. And that's just helped them improve the settling, which helps with his sand filters and everything else. This is a small plant up in Idaho. You can see the snow on the ground. So even in cold temperatures, it does well. What they were looking for is to reduce wasting. They had a lot of scum that would build up on the surface of their plant. And FOG, again, just from the practices of the people in the area that were discharging the fats, oils, and greases to them. Which for him, once it got cold, it would freeze, and it would freeze up some of his mechanisms on his plant. So when something's frozen, it's kind of hard for it to work like it should. So by using the biogenesis product, he was actually able to reduce the foam and the scum, which he had to clean himself out of the scum area all the time, so that saved him time and energy. Also reduced his polymer usage and his coagulant usage. So this helped them cut some other costs out there. So basically paid for the product addition by reducing those other chemicals.
What is in biogenesis? I mean, does it have an analysis?
It does. It has a blend of various nutrients, whether they be macro and micronutrients, to help to stimulate the existing bacteria in the facility. And there is an analysis that is out there.
That's what I want to know. What's the analysis?
What's that?
That's what I want to know. What's the analysis?
There's some nitrogen in there. There's some other stimulants that are in there through a process. There's probably 30, 40 different ingredients that go into making the product that are broken down and release those different nutrients that are available to the microorganisms.
When you say eliminate the freezing issue, the freezing issue is caused by the solid on the top?
Correct.
Prior to the treatment?
Yeah, so because of the fats and greases that were on top, it would freeze up and then it wouldn't function like it was supposed to. So once that was removed, then it would work like it was supposed to.